From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Miami Dolphins. Are over. It's now a 4-week sprint to the finish, and we are underway here in Week 15. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Cook able to escape, and he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Rodgers going to the air to start things out. That's complete right side to Lazard. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. This defense for the Dolphins, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
On second down, a run with Hall. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first down, right back to Hall. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. This offense, Charles, we've talked about how well they played all season, sitting now at 13-0 with a finish line for a perfect regular season. That's in sight. Some in the media this week were pointing back to the 07 Patriots. Of course, remember, they finished the regular season unbeaten, but they were tested multiple times in that final month plus.
Yeah, with something like 4 of their last 6 wins were one-possession games, and they played like a team that was trying to protect something instead of chasing something, and that's what happens when you have an undefeated record. So it behooves you as a team, get a couple blowouts in there so you get a chance to relax and breathe, but that's much easier said than done.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. Well, these two teams met at MetLife Stadium earlier in the season with the Jets winning that ball game. So they're looking for the season sweep with a win here in Miami. Here's 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Shannon Phillips, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Under pressure, and they get it to him again. Jalen Phillips, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Here's Hill on the return. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Tua's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. Now the first run for Devon Achane. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. 2nd and 7. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Blitz coming, and down he goes. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
We saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
First down, New York.
Now it's Rodgers. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Trying to find Breece Hall out of the backfield. That'll bring up 2nd down. You talk about this Miami defense. They were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us is they've got pressure on the QBs.
They'll give him some different looks here defensively in the early go. He's only had 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
Now Hill to return it. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Quinnen Williams, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here, back-to-back sacks. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. From his own end zone, Tagovailoa, third and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first two drives. And it looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over first and 10. On play action, now Rodgers. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. We're scoreless after one. First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. First and 10 right at the 20. On play action, Rodgers. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
On first down, Tagovailoa. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. From the gun, it's Tua. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And that's going to be incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a fourth down.
Taken in at the 22. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Jets will take over. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get touchdown Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Dolphins post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now. And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he'll have a Jets 1st down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37.
1st down, New York.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he's got room. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Jets are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go around. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. 94 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Now they send a man in motion right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. Oh, that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle from 3 yards out. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 14-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. Breaks through the contact. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A nice little gain.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of the tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on it. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.